Kathleen, we're out in the herb garden, and over here we have the thyme for our bread and the sage over there for our soup.
Right.
And then we have other herbs like lemon balm and bay, and I have the chives over here. Here we have some chives, and we're going to cut these and we're going to chop them finely, and we're going to add them to our butter to make chive butter.
Oh, lovely. And what is this?
That's salad burnet. That's a nice spicy salad leaf that we add to the salads for our guests.
Never heard of it.
Oh, it's wonderful. And it grows really easily, and it's a wonderful purple flower on it, which is excellent for decorating your plate.
Oh, I must get some for the house.
So Kathleen, here we are in Rathdrum in Wicklow, and this is my local butcher, Sinnets. Come on in, I'll introduce you to John. John, this is Kathleen.
Hello, John. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
John, I thought today we'd do some Wicklow lamb.
Certainly. Would you like rack or leg, or what would you like?
I'd like rack lamb.
The rack, yeah, the rack looks lovely.
Certainly, yeah. That's what I heard earlier. Would one be enough for you, or how many would you want?
I think we'd need more.
Yeah, we need two, John. They're
Two.
lovely.
That's great.
Thank you. If you could put those in a bag, John, thanks.
That's great. Thanks a million.
Having been given a sample menu by Catherine, Kathleen went to seek some help from her computer tutor, Victoria Sargent, in Ballymun.
Morning, Victoria.
Good morning,
I
Kathleen.
came early because I need help with my task. I'm to write out a menu and cook a dinner for a few people. Could you help me?
Yeah, no problem. Why don't we go over to the computer? We'll
Thanks
sort
very
it out.
much. Start. And I want programs and Microsoft Word.
Kathleen is using a computer program called Microsoft Word.
And I open.
Microsoft Word is a piece of computer software in which you can write a letter, a story, or even a menu, as she is doing.
This is the menu. So I
select that file.
I select that file and open. So now we have to.
Begin typing.
This is the menu. Butter squash.
Now, as we need to move down to page 2, okay, we can see here we have one of two of the documents. We need to use our scroll bars, okay? So if we move the mouse over to the black arrow here on the right hand side, hold your mouse down and it'll scroll down onto page 2 for you, okay? Because we need to see on the right hand side of the page, if you want to move your scroll from your left to your right, if you hold your mouse on the arrow here, it will scroll over to the right hand side and you can see on the right hand side of the page.
In this Get It section, I'm going to try and explain the difference between computer hardware and computer software. I find it helpful to think of it like this. A computer is made up of different physical parts, just like a person is. And the different parts of a computer, like the monitor, the keyboard, the mouse, the floppy disks, or whatever, are like the different parts of the body. They're physical things which we can touch and see. But if you want your body to do something like stand up or go for a walk or go off and make a cup of tea, how do you make that happen? It's the thoughts running around your brain that control what your body actually does. Likewise, you use the software inside a computer to get the computer to do various jobs. It's the software in the computer that allows you to write a letter, do calculations, send emails, or whatever it is you need the computer to do. So just to go over that again, computer hardware is the actual physical object, while it's the computer software which makes the computer work. How I like to think about it is that I'm perfectly capable of driving a car without understanding exactly how the engine works, so I wouldn't worry too much about understanding the details of how a computer works. The important thing is just to get stuck in and start using them. Now that Kathleen has learned how to type a menu using Microsoft Word, all she has to do is print it.
Oh, that looks good.
It does, it looks great. Well done.
Thank you very much.
We're going to start by chopping the herbs. I've got some lovely rosemary from our herb garden here, and some thyme and some parsley. Now everybody's always nervous of chopping herbs. I was afraid they're going to lose a finger or two. But it's actually quite easy. If you bunch them together and you just slide your knife back and forward, like this in a kind of a rocking motion.
God, the smell's coming off those herbs.
It is lovely.
They're quite affecting my eyes, I'll have to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, it's like kind of chopping onions or something for some reason.
Oh, it's a lovely smell.
Oh, it's gorgeous, yeah.
No,
I can
there we
really,
go.
oh God,
They're
this
as
looks
fine
like a
as we
really
need
fancy
them.
dinner. Yeah, right, so.
And here we have the rack of Wicklow lamb. So I'm just going to separate them out.
So, next.
Would you mind turning that up there full blast?
Which one is it?
It's this one here.
So you're basically just encrusting the lamb.
That's right. We're having the herbs stick to the lamb so that when it goes into the oven, it'll be lovely and flavoursome.
It's something actually I've always been interested in is cooking. I said at the beginning of the programme, and
Yeah.
I've thought about on several occasions going on a cookery course, but I'd be nervous that I'd be the only idiot in the class.
We tailor our classes to suit everybody.
Right. So I could do it in effect.
Oh, you could. We've even got a class for men only.
Have you really?
We have.
Are you serious? Do you get many men coming to do
Oh,
it?
loads.
that's
Gifts
good.
for Father's Day.
God, hasn't
The wives
Ireland
send them
changed, hasn't it? All right, well, what do I do then? If I want to come and join, what do I do?
You simply fill out a form.
Fill out a form. But a lot of people are nervous about filling in forms. But if you are nervous about filling in forms, don't be, because we've got a VT and we're going to show you how to do that now. So what about this? Are we going to?
You just need to pick up the tongs there, Derry.
Yep.
And put your lamb straight into
This is the
hot
real
pan.
test. Here we go, the sizzle.
Oh, lovely. Oh, that's
Do you hear
lovely.
that?
No matter what you go to do these days, practically the first thing you find you have to do is fill out a form. You want to apply for a course, fill out a form. You want a driver's license, fill out a form. You want to apply for social welfare or a new job, or even enter a competition, fill out a form. So today's writing tip, guess what, is about filling out forms. They come in all shapes and sizes, but most forms will ask you to include the same basic information: your name, your address, and your telephone number. Some forms have lines for you to write in the information, but some have small boxes instead. The idea is that you put only one letter or one number in each box. So, if I fill my own name out on this form, I put one letter in each box. L, A, U, or A, Laura. Notice that I've written my name in capital letters. These are called block capitals or block letters, and a lot of forms ask you to fill in information like this. It makes them easier for people to read. I use a different line for each line of my address. So I might put something like 24 Oakdale Avenue on the first line with a space after each word. And if I lived in Finglas, I'd write it on the next line, and underneath it, Dublin 11 on the last line. And finally, when you're writing your phone number, remember to put in the area code. For example, 01 for Dublin or 021 if you live in Cork.
I must admit, Kathleen, I'm very impressed with your menu, which is also neatly laid out. Did you do this yourself?
Yes.
I bet that's the first menu you ever printed
It
off
is actually.
in your life.
Yes, yes. It is the first printout. And I can't believe it's so easy.
What age were you then when you went back to learning?
I was, well, computers are way back.
The computers.
Computers just a year ago.
Just a year ago. So you were 68.
68, yeah.
So the old adage that it's never
silver
too late.
surfer, they called us.
What? A silver surfer?
Yeah, they did silver.
Are you serious? I didn't say that to you in the class, did I?
No, it was just for a joke.
And so, as I was saying, the adage of it's never too late to start learning
Never too late.
is true. Anyway, I'm just wondering, the guests might be arriving shortly because I'm
Yes.
hearing cars and stuff, and it could be
Yes.
them, or there may be a few more minutes.
So I
want
need to
and
change, yeah.
But you want to go and do that?
I do,
You
yeah.
can do that, okay. Well, while Kathleen is getting changed, and I'm going to be saying that, well, I'll put on my jacket, that'll be like changing, won't it?
Yes, it will.
Okay, if you want to get a copy of your Read Right Now workbook, you know what you have to do. You've got to find a telephone. Doesn't matter if it's a public phone, your own phone, a friend's phone. Doesn't matter. Find a phone, because the phone number is free that you got to dial. It's a free phone number. It's 1-800 20 20 65. Just dial it and you'll get a copy of the Read Right Now workbook. And that's really useful for following the series, isn't it?
Very useful.
Yeah, so do get it, 1-800 20 20 65. And while we're getting changed, you can have a look back at some of today's learning points. So we should really go off and get our best ensembles.
Thank you.
On us, right.
In this week's spelling tip, we saw how some short words like cut, chop and scrap, which end in consonant, vowel, consonant, double the last letter when we add ing, as in cutting, chopping and scrapping. We saw how the technique of skimming can help you find your way through a lot of information. Using skimming is a great time saver. We also looked at filling in forms and saw how it's often important to use block capitals when filling them in so that they can be read easily. And finally, computer hardware and software. Hardware refers to the physical parts of the computer, and just as your thoughts control your body, software controls a computer.
This is your first course. Course number 1. Did you have a look at the menu, by the way? Did anybody?
No, I like it. The mango was the mango in it.
You get your bread and you rub it around the plate. In fact, as I chop the chives, I'm going to taste it out of curiosity.
Enjoy your meal.
Well, Kathleen has truly surpassed herself, so I've left her inside with her friends, relaxing after all the hard work. Next week, I'll be eating again, but this time at the medieval banquet in Bunratty. And Laura will be here too, with some more tips on capital letters, computer applications, and techniques for remembering spellings. Right, I'm in to have some seconds. I'll see you next week. Bye.
We